Sounds. Very powerful sound. What do you want? Huh? Okay. It's a disturbance, it's invisible. See, now what to do? Okay, come and help, Baba. I don't know who made it that small, yeah. Some kids were misusing it. Okay, so today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Let's see, we're on the chapter 6. Text 31. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, let's read. Sarva Bhuta Stitam Yomam. Ajat Katvam Astitaham. Sarvatha Vartamano Yapi. In my translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipable service of the Super Soul, knowing that I and the Super Soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Okay, so we read that already. No? We discussed that. A yogi who is practicing meditation on the Super Soul sees within himself the plenary portion of Krishna as Vishnu with 4 hands, holding conch, wheel, club, and a lotus flower. The yogi should know that Krishna is no different from Krishna. Krishna in his form of Super Soul is situated in everyone's heart. Furthermore, there is no difference between the innumerable Super Souls present in in the innumerable hearts of living entities, nor there is a difference between a Krishna conscious person always engaged in transcendental loving service of Krishna and a perfect yogi engaged in meditation on the super soul. The yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities while in material existence, remains always situated in Krishna. So the essence is Krishna. That's what we discussed last time. There's no difference between Krishna and Krishna's incarnation. There's no difference between a yogi and a devotee. There's no difference. The point is Krishna consciousness. Both should be Krishna consciousness focused on Krishna. And again, it doesn't matter which form of it, which form of Krishna. It's confirmed in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Srila Rupa Goswami, Nikhilas Vapyas Asthasu Jivanamukhyasa Uchate. A devotee of the Lord, always acting in Krishna consciousness, is automatically liberated. In the Narad Pancharatra, it is confirmed in this way. Tikkaladi Anavachine Krishna Cheto Vidhaya Cha Tanmayo Bhavati Kshitram Jivo Brahmani Yojayet. By concentrating one's attention on the transcendental form of Krishna, who is all-pervading and beyond time and space, one becomes absorbed in thinking of Krishna and then attains the happy state of transcendental association with him. Krishna consciousness is the highest stage of trance in yoga. This is its very understanding that Krishna is present as Paramatma in everyone's heart makes the yogi faultless. The Vedas, Gopalapa and Upanishad confirm this inconceivable potency of the Lord as follows. Ekopi san bahudayova bhati. Although the Lord is one, he is present in innumerable hearts as many. Similarly, in the Smriti Shastra it is said, Ekaeva paravishnu sarvavyapi nasamshaya aishvaryat rupam ekam cha suryavat bahu dheyate. Vishnu is one, and yet he is certainly all-pervading. By his inconceivable potency, in spite of his one form, he is present everywhere as the sun appears in many places as one at once. So this is amazing potency of Krishna, that Krishna can expand in so many features. Like this morning we were hearing in Srimad Bhagavatam class, there's a story of Krishna marrying different queens. And there was one queen called Satya. So there in the purport it has been explained that Krishna manifests himself in the 7 forms to tackle the 7 bulls. Because that was the criterion that was set as the target for those who want to marry Satya. That if you want to marry my daughter, that King pointed out, that then you have to conquer simultaneously 7 ferocious bulls. Yeah. Of course, now we are digressing a little bit from the point, but one ferocious bull, you have no chance against it. Nobody. Even you put 7 people and 1 bull. No hope. I was just scratching a few of them last week. They're huge. They're huge. It's just little like this he does and you're finished. They're huge. They're amazingly powerful. They have like what? Almost 800 kgs or something, It's like they're incredibly powerful. Just whole muscle, So they're heavy. So now 7 bulls like this. I mean, when I get 7 calves around me, I go crazy. I don't know which one. One is kicking like this, now one's kicking like that. You can't manage 7 calves, But 7 bulls, it's impossible. It's just impossible. One will start licking you here, another will bite you for here, another will catch your chica. You don't know what to do with them. 7 at once, it's such a puzzle to handle, But 7 bulls, it's inconceivable. So now what Krishna did, Krishna expanded himself in 7 forms. And then the Acharyas, I think it's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains, they explain that another point why Krishna expanded in 7 forms. Of course, Krishna didn't have to expand in 7 forms. He can also just one Krishna, he can handle them all these bulls. That's also there. But he expanded in 7 forms so that Satya wouldn't think that because Krishna has married so many queens that she would be bereft of Krishna. That there will be Krishna which will always be hers Krishna. No? So then one doesn't have to think if there's so many living, like now you go in front of the altar and you're praying, oh Krishna, this and that, but then somebody else is praying, and then you might think, now Krishna is busy. I think there were some movies before, and then the God has to answer so many emails, and he gets headache, and he doesn't want to be God anymore. It's like whatever. Anyway. And so that's not God's position. He doesn't. God he expands for each and every one. He doesn't have to deal with one only in particular, person only in particular. That's why he expands, and you have your own Krishna. Even right now, you have your own Krishna. It's Krishna. It is Krishna. It's nobody. It's not nobody else. It's Krishna, but in the form of Paramatma. This is what yogis are meditating. So you have your own Krishna, and you don't have to worry when you come to spiritual world and there are billions of other living beings or whatever. They all have their own Krishna. So that's amazing about Krishna. He's there for everyone. Om Purnam Adaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Is perfect and complete. And even though so many perfect and complete units emanate from him, he still remains perfect and complete. But that's Krishna. So that's why he's there for each and every one. He's there for each and every one. So that's an inconceivable potency of Krishna. But that points out he's very personal. He's very personal. It's not like you go somewhere there and then God is somewhere doing something else and he's busy with something or someone. No, he's there for everyone. He's there for everyone. Krishna is there for everyone. Krishna makes himself available. And he wants that kind of relationship. So that's amazing. That's amazing quality. As Srila Prabhupada says, he's translating this Smriti Shastra, his inconceivable potency. He's present everywhere. Just as the sun appears in many places at once. Okay, so that's what we discussed last time. So today we have what? We have commentaries, right, to be read. I guess commentaries have not been covered. So please, whoever stern commentaries, make it and to the point. And just as soon as this chat box opens. Okay, Rich. Okay, Om Prakash, Deepak, Nihar, Kanj, and Mr. Suraj, number 1. Okay. Deepak said. Okay, so what else happened? Where did you go? Andheri Station?
Yes.
Anybody wants to go to Andheri Station, but not for Andheri Station, for book distribution. Huh?
Yes.
See, he goes every day almost alone. He takes few books and he offers Bhagavad Gita to people to read. It's an amazing experience. People wasting time reading so much distracting nonsense. Doesn't help them in any way, and he's offering them Bhagavad Gita, taking not little, it's quite a big yajna sacrifice, no? And tries to inspire them what we are discussing now. But what we are discussing now, unless you do something practical like what he's doing, you won't really understand it. See, we don't remember what we discussed last week or 2 weeks ago. No? You go out like that, can't imagine how much you will realize. What is Krishna talking about? When you go out and give this knowledge to someone else, this knowledge doesn't belong to you. This knowledge doesn't belong to me. We may be discussing it now, but because it doesn't belong to you, it's gone. It's finished. You can't claim it. But if you give this knowledge to others, then you can retain some of it to the extent you're giving. That's spiritual life. So who's going to come for next book distribution? Huh? Who wants to have that little experience? Follow. Huh? Okay, so Om Prakash, now look, no them down. Huh?
Yes.
What yes?
I know names of Vedant group, you can go and know them.
Okay.
Hardev Acharya too also. Saturday, 4 p.m.
Anybody else who has not done it, who has not seriously, at least go once. Maybe once. Let's have some experience. Please just be present if nothing else. No? Make yourself available. That's all. That's not so difficult. That's not such a big tapasya. Even if you want, I'll give you excuse, you can skip this class. You know. Just do something practical. There's no point, just sitting here and just, okay, we are hearing something, but hearing what? We'll never get benefit of that much as when we put it in the practice. Thank you. Yes, Krishna is present in everyone's heart. That's why the major qualification when we do book distribution is what? It's having a little faith, being convinced at least how beneficial these books are. And what prevents us from distributing any of those books is false ego. When we start thinking about ourselves, am I qualified? Am I not qualified? Or maybe I'm overqualified, or maybe I'm like this, I'm like that, and therefore I can't approach anyone. What will others think of me? I'm so great, I'm so wonderful, I'm so this. What will, I say? False ego. It's just false ego. That's why somebody who doesn't even know what he's practically doing in one sense, it's even better if he has an enthusiasm and little faith, and people will be impressed. You just come to someone, hey, please take this Bhagavad Gita. If you do it with the conviction and you understand the value of it at least, who will not be ready to take? And immediately Krishna will also support from within their heart. Yes, take it. So we just have to become nimitta matra bhava sadhya sacham, an instrument. So Krishna, who is expanded in everyone's heart, is everywhere. If he sees a little desire, little interest in us, then he will immediately reciprocate. And then just see how much bliss one gets when this kind of exchange happens. That is Sankirtan. That is amazing power of Sankirtan Yagya. And that's where you are starting to establishing a relationship with whom? With Krishna. That's where that relationship starts. By that little sacrifice, at least just making yourself available and just trying to do what he is asking us to do. So that's the power of Sankirtan. Just having a little desire. Okay, anyway, you will have your opportunity. You're having it now, but now very soon, December marathon month is coming. It would be nice. Just come out, just see what happens. And you're trying to give this knowledge. Why people suffer? Because they're ignorant. In ignorance, you commit so many sins. And you suffer. So you give people knowledge. Wherever there is sun, there is no darkness, right? So wherever there is knowledge, there is no ignorance. There is no ignorance, there is no suffering. So show some compassion towards yourself, first of all, if you want to be that selfish even. Okay, I guess we will stop here. Unless there are any questions or comments. Yes.
I have a little question.
In relationship to what we discussed so
Yes,
far?
I think so.
If it's not, then we can do it later, after.
I think in one of the verses that you were speaking,
Okay.
is from where my question is coming.
Okay.
So if Lord Krishna, the Almighty, is omnipresent, and in everyone's heart or soul, or Paramatma and Atma's connection, then I have just one question, sir. People who commit heinous crimes or maybe inhuman crimes, it is such inhuman that people like the most of us get scared. And if Krishna is present everywhere, then why is he not stopping those heinous crimes too?
Okay. Why is Krishna not stopping heinous crimes that are happening
Or is it
if
because
he is everywhere?
is it because if I consider in my heart that I am one with Krishna, then only I will get wisdom enough to act.
That's not what we want in consideration. No, it's not that not the case. Why Krishna allows so many horrible things to happen? Because people, Krishna is called Hanuman, but It's Parma. Parma means he does not interfere. As we want him to interfere. He will interfere only when we want him to interfere, not otherwise. So he's not going to interfere in your madness, in your this and that. It's not going to interfere. It's not his business. Because you don't want him to interfere. So allow whatever we want to do, and whatever anybody else wants to do, he will allow it to happen. Only when we want Krishna to be present and manifest himself and to guide and instruct us, then Krishna will do so. Not otherwise. He's not going to force himself upon us. So why all these horrible things are happening? Krishna doesn't want those horrible things to happen. But there is no other way for people to learn certain lessons, you know. That's unfortunate. That's the only way, because when you commit human activity, you know, then you will be also the object of someone else's human activity. That's law of karma. What goes around. And then maybe at some point when you have that kind of horrifying experience, then you will stop doing it. People who experience war, they see all kinds of massacres and slaughters and horrible, disgusting, horrible things going on. They receive such an impression. I think there is a disorder. What's that post-disorder? Maybe I'll remember later on. It's a very high percentage of soldiers who have participated in the war. They have this kind of psychological disorder. You know, post something. Anyway, I can't remember. It will come. So, and even there is a greater number of suicides of the soldiers who commit suicide. That they die practically more out of the battlefield than on the battlefield, because they're exposed to such disgusting, horrible, unconceivable circumstances, you know, that they're committing so much violence and torture towards each other. So soul cannot really handle that, you know. So at some point, somebody, you know, then starts thinking, you know, what was I doing, or what am I doing? And start by first of all receiving such reactions. But before that, people most often just don't think. That's why mostly they're intoxicated. When there was this Mumbai stuff going on, when was that, 2008 or 9? Last one, 8, yeah. I was pretty close. Not so far. Downtown. Anyway, you know, those fellows were intoxicated, which is quite interesting. They're not supposed to be intoxicated, but they were intoxicated, you know, claiming to be following certain, you know, religion process, whatever. So only when you're out of sanity, practically, and you can commit such kind of atrocities. Like it's going on throughout the world now. The recent one, Israel and Palestine, both of those, that they're getting heavy karma. They don't act the way they should be acting, not according to Shastra. Anyway, that's not a political discussion now, but it's not appropriate. Neither side it's acting as they should be acting. Neither. So then why Krishna allows this? Because that's the whole point. What comes around, it goes around. And one, maybe not just in one lifetime, in many lifetimes. Yeah. Now you're thinking, I'm this one, and then next life, because you're thinking of your enemy, then you become the enemy. And then you fight against who you were in your previous life and so forth. It's funny. It's very, it's ironic. But that's what's going on. And then maybe you will learn. Because you don't want to really follow Krishna. You don't want to surrender. So that's why Krishna allows it. He allows it because it doesn't interfere. If he would interfere, he wouldn't learn anything. Because you still don't want to surrender. You don't want to follow. You don't want to do what you want to do. So then what can he do? Okay. Okay, anything else? Okay. Prabhuji, Gita